Hi, welcome to Playing with Art, using unexpected technology in interactive art preservation. My name is Mert Overcash, my pronouns are he, him, and I'm a graduate student assistant at the Sloan Art Library at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. I'd like to ask you a question. What's a work in your collection? Is it its material? Is it its place in history? Maybe its function? Changing definitions became important as we tried to restore access to a work in our collection called Digital Griot by the artist Betty Saar. So we went through a series of definitions. It started with us thinking of it just as another CD-ROM in our collection. We were doing a routine weeding, seeing if any of them functioned or didn't function, which it did not. That was complicated by the fact in the catalog that it was listed as containing new works created for an electronic medium. That meant that the CD-ROM itself was an artistic work. From there are some more definitions we went through that I don't have time to go step by step in these 5 minutes, but we ran into an interlocking hardware-software problem. If we had stopped there with our definitions, we would have been stuck. If we could even find a computer that still had these things installed, where would we put it just for one CD-ROM? So we started thinking, what other objects share some of these same definitions? Could Digital Griot be thought of as an adventure game? If you read reviews from when Digital Griot came out, it sounds a lot like the game Myst, which is something I thought and heard a lot as I talked to other people. Now, Myst isn't the best touchstone because it was one of the best-selling video games of all time, has a huge place in history, and so has been ported and reworked over and over again for newer and newer systems. But it also spawned a lot of smaller adventure games, no less influential or high quality, but that haven't been brought into modern day. That might need a similar restoration to Digital Griot. Many of these made by Lucasfilms Games, at the time called LucasArts. So who else might be dealing with these same problems in a different context? Who might be trying to restore LucasArts video games? The answer to that was ScumVM. ScumVM was actually specifically created to restore functionality to LucasArts video games that use the engine, the script creation utility for Manic Mansion, or Scum. It's since expanded and continues to expand to restore functionality to other QuickTime games and works like Digital Griot. Some of the pluses to ScumVM for us was that it wasn't an emulator. We already knew emulators didn't work. It replaced the original executable files. Problem with that was that meant the individual game needed to be added. Luckily, it has an active Discord community and extremely helpful devs who were able to get it added to the daily builds. And after a couple weeks, we had success. Digital Griot was made accessible again. And if we had had the hardware, we could have had that at UNC, but because we thought expansively and worked with ScumVM, now any other institution that holds Digital Griot in their collection also has restored functionality with some very simple steps. What we really took away from this was that flexible definitions mean flexible approaches to the work. And to be unafraid to try weird definitions on for size. Thinking of Digital Griot as an adventure game may have been another dead end. But, in our case, it was exactly how we needed to think about it. I'd like to end by giving a special thanks to everyone who helped in this project or was a part of it, with a special shout out to Lucia Simarusti, who was the Carolina Academic Library Associate at UNC and now works in the Conservation Department at the Frick Collection. Lucia was instrumental in trying different emulators and applying a lot of tech prowess and also a lot of expansive thinking to this project. And thank you for attending.